Right now, something invisible could already be inside our solar system. A rogue black hole drifting silently through space has just entered our neighborhood, and no one saw it coming. At first, nothing seems wrong, but within days, the planet's orbits could start to shift, and Earth won't be safe. What would happen if this invisible destroyer got any closer? Today, we're going to find out. Because rogue black holes are not science fiction, they are real. Across our galaxy, there may be millions of them drifting through the darkness. Some were once the cores of massive stars that exploded long ago. Others may have been ejected from violent gravitational encounters between galaxies. And unlike stars, planets, or comets, black holes emit no light. They are completely invisible. Which means one could theoretically drift into our solar system without anyone noticing, until something starts going terribly wrong. Imagine the first sign. Astronomers begin noticing a strange anomaly in the orbit of Neptune. The giant planet isn't quite where it should be. At first, it's subtle, a tiny deviation, barely measurable. But within days, that deviation grows larger. Neptune is being pulled, not by the sun, not by any known planet, something else, something massive, something invisible. Within hours, observatories around the world begin scrambling. Telescopes are pointed toward the outer solar system. Scientists run simulations. They check their data again and again. But the numbers don't lie. Something enormous has entered the solar system, and it's moving toward the inner planets. Now imagine the moment they realize what it is. The gravitational signature is unmistakable. A black hole. Not a supermassive one like the kind that lurks in the center of galaxies, but still massive enough to destroy entire planets. Panic spreads through the scientific community because the problem isn't just the black hole itself, it's what its gravity will do to everything around it. The solar system is a delicate gravitational dance. Every planet follows a precise orbit around the sun. Those orbits have remained stable for billions of years. But introduce a wandering black hole into that system, and the dance collapses into chaos. The first victims would be the outer planets. Neptune and Uranus would feel the gravitational pull first. Their orbits would stretch and distort. Instead of neat circles around the sun, they might begin drifting into elongated paths. Then comes Saturn. The rings that make Saturn so beautiful could begin to warp and scatter. Entire fields of ice and rock pulled apart by the invisible monster passing nearby. But the real nightmare begins when the black hole moves closer to Jupiter. Jupiter is the giant guardian of the solar system. Its massive gravity protects the inner planets by deflecting asteroids and comets. But even Jupiter is powerless against a black hole. If the rogue object passes too close, Jupiter itself could be thrown into a new orbit, or worse, captured. Imagine Jupiter slowly spiraling toward a point in space where nothing can escape, not even light. And if that happens, the entire balance of the solar system collapses. Asteroids once trapped by Jupiter's gravity could suddenly scatter in every direction. Thousands of them flung toward the inner planets, Earth included. But the black hole isn't finished yet, because its gravity doesn't just pull on planets, it bends space itself. As it moves closer to the sun, something extraordinary would begin to happen in the sky. Stars would appear distorted, light bending around an invisible sphere drifting through the darkness. Astronomers call this gravitational lensing. It's one of the few ways we can actually detect a black hole, and by the time we see that distortion clearly, it may already be too close. Within weeks, Earth's orbit could begin to change. At first, the shift might be small, a slight wobble, But Earth's orbit is finely balanced. Even a tiny disruption could have catastrophic consequences. Our distance from the sun determines the temperature of our planet. Move closer and oceans begin to boil. Move farther away and the planet freezes. And if the black hole passes close enough, Earth might not orbit the sun at all anymore. It could be captured, pulled into a new orbit around the black hole itself. Imagine a world where the sun slowly drifts away in the sky, where daylight becomes weaker every year, where the planet begins wandering through the cold darkness of interstellar space. But there is an even darker possibility. If a rogue black hole truly entered our solar system, it might not stay long. These objects move incredibly fast through space, thousands of kilometers per second, which means the black hole might pass through our solar system like a cosmic bullet, destroying orbital stability, scattering planets, and then disappearing back into the darkness of the galaxy, leaving behind a solar system forever changed, or perhaps completely destroyed. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember something strange. The universe is far larger and more unpredictable than we often imagine. And somewhere out there in the darkness, invisible giants are drifting through space, waiting to cross paths with whatever lies in their way.